Okay. Guess I won't be taking that one off because it snapped. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Hauling Hoopties with Rob. If you go back to episode 23, I picked up this little Astro van. The guy wanted $500 for it. I wound up giving him $350 for it. And it had like 27 LED lights in the back, which I'm still trying to sell. That should hopefully pay for the van. But anyway, he said he was driving it, started losing power, and just one day it wouldn't start. So he thinks it lost all compression, needs a motor, or at least that's what his mechanic said. I seriously doubt that because it only has like 92,000 miles on it. And these Iron Dukes, they usually just don't blow up like that. However, I mean, this could be the exception, but I don't think so. So let me give you a walk around, take a look at it. It's pretty straight. It's got some rust. It's not bad. Now, these little cargo vans are pretty rare with the 4-cylinder 5-speed. And if you looked at the video, there's a picture, episode 23, when I picked it up. You'll see a picture of my other Astro van where I have Raleigh wheels on it. It looks pretty good. So that needs a cleaning, but these are just basic, simple little vans. Actually, I said 92,000 miles. It has 98,000 miles. There's the 5-speed shifter. This has a T5. It's got a nice aluminum box back there that I'm probably going to sell, recoup some more money. It's not bad. And these only weigh about 3,000 pounds. So a little 2.5 moves them around just fine. I mean, you're not going to race anybody with this thing, but it moves around pretty good. So I bought this battery yesterday, or actually day before yesterday with my son for $60. And I'm going to slap it in there and see what happens. I'm going to check the spark with this $4.99 Harbor Freight spark checker. I got a feeling it's the ignition module that went bad. If it's not the ignition module, it could be the coil. Could be the fuel pump as well. But diagnosis is everything. You don't go cutting somebody's leg off because they have a pain in their toe. You know, you have to diagnose it correctly. So that's what we're going to do now. So, all right, stay tuned. I'm going to put a battery in it, and let's fire it up and see what happens. All right, so let's see. We're going to swap that battery out. It should be a 13 millimeter holding it down. Actually, you know what? It might not even. That's the bolt's still in there. I usually take that bolt out and leave it out. I'm always switching batteries from car to car, so it's so much easier to leave that bolt out. The hold down. Alright. Should be a 5/16 or 8 millimeter to loosen up the battery post. So it's a little windy out here, and I have my my camera on my hat. You might hear some wind noise. jump inside and see what it does before I take the engine cover off. What do I do with the keys? They would help. The right key. 88 Chevy Astro. So it's spinning really fast. Alright, you know what? Another thing that could have went wrong with this is these are known for, these have plastic timing gears. And I think that's the problem. This has plastic timing gears, and what happens is the gears strip and then it won't start because obviously the cam's not turning, and I think that's the problem. Because it's spinning really fast. The good thing is this is a non-interference engine, and if that's the case, it's not a big deal. I'd have to put a put a new set of timing gears, which the Chevy 250 straight 6-cylinder comes with the same gears, and they're made out of aluminum, and they don't strip. Well, let me say they don't strip, but they don't usually strip, and they're the upgrade for what these have. So I was hoping that wasn't the problem. Look at this. This thing gets wet just like the other one. So this rubber carpet, rubber mat, this is coming out. This goes for baloney. He collects pennies. Alright. So now the way it sounds like this, it's a timing gear. And that's, pull the distributor cap. And if the rotor's not spinning, then that's the problem. So that explains how it was losing power and now it won't start. It's really odd because they usually don't go bad that often, especially at 98,000 miles. I guess you can tell I've taken Astrovan engine covers off a lot. I know where all the bolts are at. I've done a couple V8 swaps. And they're great little vans. They're simple. It's basically an S10 drive line, basically. And I love S10s. I've had plenty of those as well. But the Astrovan 5-speed stick shift is very rare. They only made them a few years. Alright, I think it's got screw things in the front. Unless somebody, yep, they probably tighten them back up. Should have two. Yep, there you go, right there. So if you're working an Astrovan, this is how you do it. And if you have an Astrovan 2.5 Iron Duke and it doesn't want to start, this could be your problem. Oh shit. Figures. I never usually put these back either. I'm probably a hack. Looks like a 15. But the big ratchet. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the timing gear stripping because it spins fast. It spins really fast. It shouldn't spin that fast. And I don't hear any compression events. And I need to get this van started because I need to get my GT out of the garage to go to the track. And I got this in the way. I got the Buick that doesn't run in the way. That Buick next to me is a 74, I think, or 73 Riviera. It's got a 455. I bought it so I could swap that in my 74 Buick Apollo. I gotta get that one started too. Alright, here we go. Put this back here. Ooh, that thing is cruddy. Yeah. So here we have the distributor. Let me spin it first before I go and do all the stuff so you can get a spark. This thing is nasty. Doesn't matter which spark plug you pull, it should be getting a spark from one of them. Oh, that's nasty. So we're not getting a spark, but it's really spinning fast. So if the distributor rotor is not turning, it's not going to spin around like that and give it spark. So I think that's a 732. Let me go to the garage and get some rags. That thing is nasty. All right, let's see if we can get this distributor cap off so we can take a look at the rotor, see if it's spinning. The problem is this damn harness is in the way to get to the screw, the inside screw. I already have one loose right here. That one's completely loose. Problem is it has another one on the other side, and it's hard to get to because there's no room. So this harness, I'm just going to take both bolts off. This way it's out the way. Shit. Okay. Guess I won't be taking that one off because it snapped. So the genius is that GM decided to put the coil, ignition coil, underneath the intake manifold where there's no room to get to it. So you would think with a 4-cylinder instead of V6 you got a lot more room, but that's just not the case, unfortunately, because it was a stupid design. But nonetheless, it has to come out, and it's going to come out because I had to do this with my other Astro van. Like I said, I have two of these. The other one, the distributor one, bad. And what a pain in the ass. And you got another. You have another harness right next to it. Alright, let me fight with this and I'll be right back. Alright, I got the cap off after fighting with it for about 10 minutes. And tell me if you can see what I see. It's not supposed to be like that. There's supposed to be a little button right here that rides on the rotor, and it's not there. And that thing is a little crusty. So the distributor cap is bad. But before we go and definitely say that's the diagnosis. We have to make sure that the rotor spins. If the rotor spins, then we'll get a distributor cap and rotor, slap it on there and see what happens. All right, let's I'm gonna do this. Tony's in school, so he can't help. Let me, it's hard, I can't see from this side. I'm gonna disconnect the clutch switch and jump it. Alright, so this is the clutch switch. If we jump these two wires with a paper clip or a piece of wire, it should start without having to push the clutch in. Alright, so I'll be right back. Let me get a paper clip or a piece of wire. Actually, no, I got a wire right there. Actually, no, we don't need a wire. We can use what we got here. Yep, let me get a flat tip. There we go. Let's see. Nope. There's the diagnosis. Timing belt, timing gears broke. Yep. This should be spinning. Rotor's not spinning. Let's see, I put it on so I can show you better. Yep. Alright, so we're wasting our time because it needs a timing gear. I keep saying timing belt. It needs a timing gear, not a timing chain. It needs a timing gear. And to do that, you got to pull the motor apart, pull the front of the motor apart. So at this point, it's too much for me to do here at my house. I have to take it to the garage where I have more tools. I have to take the water pump off, take the timing gear cover off, and swap it and see if the motor starts, which it should. The good thing is these are not interference engines, so it should start right up after that. The gears are stripped. I'm going to see if I can find a picture and I'll add it to the video so you can see what they look like. And like I said, there's upgraded gears that you can buy from a 250 Chevy 6-cylinder, which will work on this. And I'll probably buy those because after I do that, it'll never happen again. Alright, so there you go. There's a diagnosis for my 88 Chevy Astro van, 5-speed. You don't go buying parts until you diagnose what the problem is. There we go. Now we know what the problem is. So stay tuned. I'm going to fix it. It's probably not going to be for a while. I still have to mess with the Buick. I have to get a top post battery so I can see what's up with that and see if I get that started. But that battery right now, it's a brand new battery. That's going to my Buick Apollo. So not to go to waste. This thing eventually will go to the garage and be fixed. And I'll post another video once I fix that and I'll show you how to do it. So if you have an S10 or a Chevy, anything with a 2.5 Iron Duke, that's what happens. I'm really surprised because at 98,000 miles, that normally doesn't happen. My other one has about 150,000 miles, and as far as I know, it's never been replaced. So, all right, stay tuned. Check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, comment if you want. I'm going to be doing some more videos like this of other junk that I have laying around when I'm not towing cars. All right, thank you for watching. Appreciate it.